What's up vlog? Today is Sunday the 14th of June. We're in Venice. It's kind of day 2 today. We had a bit of a walk around yesterday and now we're heading out for brunch and to go to the Doge's palace.
It's gonna be fun.
We stopped into this cafe for some pancakes before our Doge's Palace tour. You can see in some of these clips we actually had a exclusive tour where we went through some of the secret rooms. You can see some of the torture mechanisms that were used at the time and some of the prisoner rooms. And then it opens up into more of the palace. This is Jamil and I being silly recording through this looking hole, and I went to record Jamil and I guess him looking through it meant another man was curious. There's some nice viewpoints as well throughout Doge's Palace and on the way out. Also some small corridors and other places where you could look through the architecture into the canals. That was the plaza, the main square in Venice, where it's lined with restaurants and also, of course, it being Venice, lots of these little glass stores as well. Okay, we've come home to get changed out of our jeans and we are off on
A boat ride.
going on a gondola this afternoon. I think it's a long tour, so I will add in the footage of that. As you can see, it was actually a boat tour and not a gondola tour, and our first stop was a glass blowing workshop.
Like copper for blue, copper for green, Siberian for red, and so on. Right now, when it's working, the temperature of the glass is around 900,000 degrees.
We had tickets that covered all of Venice, so the Doge's Palace, the church, this boat tour, and that's why we didn't really know what we were in for, but it was a great tour in the end. As I said, our first stop here was the glass-blowing museum. He made both a vase and a horse in the demonstration that he did. This is being filmed in Burano, which is one of the first islands that we did on our boat tour. It was really cool to see the horse come to life here. You can see him stretching the glass to form the legs. This is their gift shop upstairs, which is very pretty. Lots of very cool designs. We didn't end up buying anything because obviously these things are quite delicate and we didn't want anything to break in our travels home to Australia. But nonetheless, these always seem to capture our attention, so it's always nice to look through them. Outside of the workshop, we went for a very quick stroll through the town of Burano. We had about 50 minutes in Burano before we headed back on our boat and headed for Torcello. We passed some interesting things on the boat ride over. You can see as well as the rocket, this slanted house, which was very random but cool to see. Okay, we have made it to Torcello. We just spent some time. Do you know where we spent some time? Where was the last place called?
Burano.
Burano.
It's a glass area.
Yes, and now we're on a little. Well, we're at a pit stop on our boat tour. So we have, what, 40 minutes?
And yeah, about 40 minutes.
To explore this area. I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't a whole lot to see or do in Torcello at this time. The church was closed. I think it was closer to 5 by this point of the day. So we headed over towards the water, watched some kids climb these planks, and we did as well. And then this is the start of our arrival now in Burano. So we had the boat ride over, and this is kind of the most popular town to visit, the most colourful town, and it also probably had the most life and the most things to do. This was such a sweet, wholesome moment to witness, and what a beautiful town. So bright and colourful. I loved it here. Back home now. This was the restaurant that we overlooked from our apartment. We could actually see into their courtyard, so we decided to pop in for dinner. And then we went for a stroll. This is our last night in Venice. We fly to Paris tomorrow. So we were watching it, I can't do it. As I said, I'm still getting used to vlogging in public. I'm not used to people staring at me just yet. Not quite comfortable, but I'm working on it. And as I said, this was our stroll through the streets at night. It was pretty familiar at this point of the trip. We kind of knew our way around, but we just wanted to wander and keep busy before our flight to Paris the next morning. We enjoyed some ice cream, and then on our way back home we found this bar, and I'm not sure if they were doing karaoke or if this guy was paid, but I'm also trying to show you the water levels at this point in the day. You can see the pavement is wet from the water splashing up. You can see how high the tide is here. It's getting wet on the ground, and it's come up through some of the cracks further up. But we are enjoying our last night in Venice, and we fly to Paris tomorrow. Thanks for watching another vlog. Venice is lovely and peaceful in the evenings once all the day trippers have left, and on our way home I think we were starting to get a bit delirious, as you can see. Anyways, thank you to anyone who has made it this far. Thank you for watching another vlog. I'll see you in the next one.